Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish, and here we are back with more of Baldur's Gate. Take a look. Last time we delved into the iron mine owned by the Iron Throne. Here we are at their base, hidden in the Cloakwood. We know that this used to be a mine owned by a dwarven clan, and in fact, one of those dwarves was tricked into helping them reopen the mine, so now we need to flood it. That's what we're going to focus on this time as we begin to explore the third level down here in the mines.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
Well, we know what we need to do. Imowen needs to be on the lookout for traps. Which way would you like to go first? We just came down these stairs, so of course we haven't explored any of these corridors. Yeah, you gotta you gotta rinse your mine out, you know. You gotta give it a good wash here and there. If you don't, dirt and dust builds up and it just eventually, you know, it's gonna clog the filters and you're gonna have all kinds of problems. Let's see. This way is closest to the outside wall, but of course this way is going to take us up north, and that boundary there is going to cut off and there's going to be less up here than there can be down here because it's the top third of the screen. So, I don't know. I'm tempting myself because I've already seen this little bit here. I'm thinking let's go this way. We'll start here. It's kind of close. Anything? Oop, a hobgoblin. Did he see us?
How may I be of assistance? I shall attend to it in a trice.
Oh, my heart's really not in this.
There we go. He didn't last long. This other one probably won't either. Yeah, we can do that.
This group shows promise exceptional. Nature's servant awaits. For the group.
Okay, here. Move out of the way, Jaheira. Money. Cash money. And a potion. Khalid.
Perhaps this
I'll
group
do my
needs not
best.
quite as much help as I thought.
Khalid is going very fast thanks to those boots of
Yes,
speed.
as you direct.
Alright, now we're going to start using some of Imowen's magic arrows, so we're not going to pick up those regular arrows and refuel on those right away. How much does she need to level up? Less than 12,000. You can see, because her next level is at 70,000, so, like, proportionally, we don't need that much. We've earned a lot, but there's still quite a bit to go. I'm going to get back to spotting traps for her. Now that we have stolen Algernon's cloak. Anything? Okay, well, let's keep going this way and see what we can uncover. An intersection or a chamber? Looks like a room. That's almost at the bottom. Looks like it could be a dead end. Oop. Oh, well, they don't even have bows. Imowen, shoot them, honey. There we go.
My blade will cut you down to size.
she might get them before she needs reinforcements. Maybe not. She almost did, though. That was pretty good.
It shall be as you wish.
You've a task?
Here, actually. Since we're not picking up any physical items. Oh, did get an armor spell, though. And actually, you know, she doesn't have anything in that slot right now. Now would be a great time to use one of these armor scrolls. Because it's going to last for a long time, probably the rest of the dungeon, so... There we go. Now, what could she have in that slot? Perhaps... She's got a lot of color spray spells. A lot of burning hands as well. Let's do color spray, just because there's so many of them. And then we can give some of these wands to her as well. Well, we'll leave her with one slot so that way we can hand her stuff in order to identify it. Yeah. That's kind of how I feel, Flash. Like, sometimes I remember a dungeon, and then sometimes I get in here and it's like, have I been here before? Have I ever played this game, actually? Even once? Traps? No? That is a hole. Why can you not see across the hole, Emmeline? Okay, well, maybe it's not a hole. Maybe. Oh, God, I wasn't searching for traps. That's horrifying. Maybe it's not a hole. Maybe it's a mound of rock. It looks like a hole to me, though. It looks like a pit.
What is it this time? You have
okay, well, the important thing is that it does not connect back, so...
You have but to ask.
Alright, let's just go for it.
Go for the eyes.
So we know there are hobgoblins.
Oh, my heart's really not in this.
Well, they went down quickly enough. Okay. Ooh, it's a kitchen. A kitchen with a, an overhead range, like, ventilator, I guess? I don't know. There's another door.
As good as done.
Cash. Cash. Nothing else of interest here. Okay, that continues to be the bottom. It hasn't gone anywhere, so...
I'm gone.
Let's keep going this way, and that way we can just... Whoop.
I shall attend to
We
it
can
in a
go
trice.
clockwise like we were talking about.
Go for the eyes. Go for the eyes.
Oh, Jaheira finally took damage. That's the first damage we've... No, it's not. I started to say the first damage we've taken, but we rested after the end of the last stream, so... Okay. I'm just using this loot window now so that it's faster to loot things rather than going around and picking them up individually.
I'm gone.
Okay, these are the stairs down.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
Adventure and steel on steel. The stuff of legend, right, Boo?
Back this way. Anything?
I hate them flaming fist pansies.
Is there a reason for you being here? You better have a good explanation for bothering me. Yes. Yes, when they drop the cash on the floor, it becomes floor cash. Absolutely. Let's see. What should we say? We're here on special business from Baldur's Gate. We're here to sign up as mercenaries. We don't really need a reason. We're just here to kill you. Or we're here on business. We want to purchase some of your iron. Considering we're already on the 3rd level of the mine, I feel like he's less likely to accept the idea that we're going to sign up as mercenaries. Well, then what you have is a floor corpse which possesses cash. And since the corpse and everything on it is on the floor, I would argue then that, like, the whole thing becomes a container, and it still counts as floor cash, because we know, if you play Dungeons & Dragons, that a corpse does count as an object and not a creature. Yeah, it's floor cash by association. See, Crow gets it. Let's see. I think... Shall we... Oh, that's sophistry. Sophistry, Des. Let's see what happens if we say that we want to purchase some of the iron. Not good enough. Surrender yourselves now. No. Again, with just leather armor and a non-magical longsword. You're not even worth killing. From a murder hobo perspective.
You're a queer fellow.
Oh, there we go. It's the first queer fellow of the stream. Didn't have to get too far in. Haven't these people heard of closing the goddamn door? They have all these doorways and no doors in them.
Yes, I shall attend to it in a trice.
Okay, this is right in the middle. So this is going back the way that we came, so let's tackle the center room here.
It shall be as you wish.
I could take Drizzt with both my arms tied behind my back.
Sure you could, buddy. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Are you here to pay homage to our dread lord? Are we? I don't think so, because we are in fact a priest of Tyr. So whatever dread lord this is, probably a bad idea even to fake it. Like, they're gonna know, but also Tyr is gonna know. So... Yes, thank you for explaining that so succinctly, Flash.
Let's give them a right
down to size.
Now this is
I've done had enough of this.
This is an unholy temple, right? Unhallowed ground. Surely something here is trapped. Potion. More potion. Let's give this to Jin. Oh, now come on. We know better than that. Oh, well, he wound up with the rings. That's why. The rings and the gems. Let's see. Who needs that healing potion? Let's give it to Khalid. Luckily, we haven't needed one in a while, but everybody's pretty well kitted out on that score, so... This is an Elixir of Health. We have a bunch of those that we need to distribute. And this is Potion of Stone Giant Strength. Okay. Well, that takes care of that. Let's go back down here. We'll explore this hallway. Yeah, you know. A completely benevolent evil god. He's just a super cool guy. Now see, that's what I'm saying.
I've done had enough of this.
Like, why even bother to protect them or whatever if they're just gonna, you know, they're just gonna bite it anyway. This god's probably not very invested. We see a corpse in there. And another doorway right over here. Going to a corridor. Door, corridor.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
Oh, we can hear the flies. Uh-oh. An ogre mage. Must be invisible.
So, you have come to look at my handiwork. Rather impressive, ain't it? The guy to the left of me screamed quite a while before he finally expired.
Oh, boy. We've been given orders that you are to release the prisoners. Please do so now, or we can just be like, sure, that sure is some handiwork, bye. Or shall we call him out? You disgusting animal, unlike the pathetic slave that you've tortured, we can fight back. So, which route are we going here? Shall we try and trick him? Or shall we just be like, nah, fuck this ogre mage. Khalid is already way out in front. Those boots of speed again, man. He's just like, no, I'm gonna get him. Alright, let's do it then.
Take your best shot.
Best shot, you say? Alright. Oh. Never mind, there he is. There. Best shot. How was that? Oh. That went straight to Jin, didn't it? There we go. A +1 katana. So, one of you was asking last time about whether or not the katana was a good weapon. Where is... Oh, they got hit with confusion. Well, that's fine. All of them did. All the people that I want to pick up this stuff. Okay, well... we can give them things like this, we just can't click on them and control them.
It shall be as you
Nope.
wish.
Don't do that. Please don't hit each other. He got one spell off, and it's the most devastating spell he could have gotten. There we go.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
Goodness gracious. Well, in this case, Des, Ogre Mage doesn't refer to an actual ogre. It's ogre in, like, the Japanese sense, I think. They're like an Ogre Mage is an Oni of some type. Think like the big hulking red or blue-faced guy with, like, the tusks and stuff. Yeah, exactly. See, Crow's got it. Alright, he's got the gems. Where is... Here we go. So one of you is asking whether katanas was a worthwhile weapon. I think it might have been Nivni. So here you go. You can see... This is what I was talking about. It's 1d10 damage. It's one-handed if you're proficient. Speed factor is 3, which means I think that they're faster than a bastard sword. So that's the main difference. And as I said, Ogre Mages always drop a katana, as far as I'm aware. This is the first time I think that we've seen a +1 katana. We may have seen one before, maybe. But I think this is the first time. So this is a good metric for like when you can expect to see it, because we talked about that. You've got to have a magic weapon in this game. So now you know when you're going to see one. Ogre Mages are your best source of +1 katanas. Oop. Nope, y'all come to us. Oh, dare we? I think maybe we do.
As well as I can.
I think maybe we do. Let's do it. We've not gotten to do this to the bad guys yet. There we go. Check it out. Look. Oh. All the way up here. Yes.
It shall be as you wish.
There we go. And Khalid's got the rest of them. Boom.
Go for the eyes, boo. Go for the eyes. Rusk!
That was a good lightning bolt. That was so satisfying. We've had that happen to us like 3 times. That's the first time that we've gotten to do it to anybody else. Line them up and take them down. Okay. She has some gems. That I think Khalid might already be carrying some of those, so that way we can just stack them. So let's have her.
As good as done.
Necklace,
Evil round every
cash.
corner. Careful not to step in any.
There's that line again, I love it. Evil round every corner. Careful not to step in any. See, this is a little bit imprecise because it shifts rapidly as you draw closer to or further away from bodies. And that's one of the reasons why I don't rely heavily on it. Somebody pointed that out before and asked why I wasn't using this. Well, that's why. It's because a lot of times you wind up having to go and click on an individual body anyway to make sure that you got everything. Because, like, for example, here... Oh, no. One of these is carrying a necklace I want to pick up. But it's flickering back and forth so quickly that I can't find it. There it is. Alright. Imoen.
I've
Detect
done had
traps.
enough of this.
Nothing. Okay, well, I mean, that's fine with me. Not all of these things are locked, which is also fine.
Can I help you? I'll do my best.
Oh, there we go. A halberd, dagger, cash, halberd, cash, ooh, gems, rings. What is that? That's a Shandon gem. I don't think we've seen one of those before. It's another name for naturalite in the realms. Slender, colorless crystals. Y'all. Oh, please, 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 please.
There are so many places I would rather be.
Please let this not suck. Please let it not be cursed. Please. Yes! Yes! Oh, this is a big moment. Finally. At last. Dun 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 dun. Look at that. It looks like a small increase, but it's so important. There we go. Throw that piece of shit on the ground. Oh, finally. I'm gonna hard save. Oh, that feels good. Jaheira for so long has been the
I've
only
done
character
had
who
enough of
did
this.
not have a magic weapon.
Forward march. Spare no one. Forward march.
Oh, he's running away. There we go. We'll just kill him then. So now she finally has a magic weapon. That is, everyone in the party has at least a +1 weapon, if not better.
Forward march. Forward march. Forward march.
Come on.
Spare no one. Forward.
We use these hallways to our advantage. Come on. There we go.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
Nature's servant awaits. As good as done.
Gem, a healing potion, and this one had a scroll of protection from evil.
Go for the eyes, boo. Go for the eyes. Rusk!
I can but try.
Necklace. Do we have... Yes, okay, we had a stack started. Good. She can take that. Give these gems to Khalid so that they stack. Not all of them are stacking. We have too many different types of gem. Oh, this is such a big moment. That's such a huge weight off my shoulders.
You have but to ask.
My blade will cut you down to size. My blade will cut
Ooh,
you
Khalid
down
just
to size.
took that guy out.
Oh, my heart's really not in this.
There we go. This is going well. I'd like to think that it's in large part due to the fact that Jaheira
I've done had enough of this.
now has a magic weapon. And indeed, perhaps it is. Perhaps to some degree. She's already a good fighter. Now she has that backing her up. Okay, nothing else. Alright, what's locked? This one. This one. I need to just hit F5, but... Okay, she's mostly full up. Potion of Mind focusing. Gotta go through our potions for real.
As you direct.
Cash. Potion of Magic Protection. Ooh. Protection scrolls. Nothing. And that is a Composite Longbow. Okay, do we need to give any of that to anyone else? Who has... Who's got it? Let's see if Denny here can identify this. No. What about this one? No. Surprising, actually.
What is it this time? You have but to ask.
This
I
way.
am surprised that she can't identify. She can recognize like a +1 weapon,
All are as trustworthy as Minsk and
but not a protection scroll.
Thank you.
Okay, we've got several doors here. Okay, we saw a guard in that one. So we have made it all the way clockwise. We've got to go back and search over here, but this I think might connect. It might be another long hallway. So we may be just about done with this level.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
I should have joined the army.
What are you doing in my room? You're not supposed to be here. I didn't invite you.
Oh, my heart's really not in this.
No, don't worry about it. It won't be your concern for very long.
I've done had enough of this.
Anything? Any traps? No, okay.
As good as done.
Ooh. Magic arrows. Okay, good. Some spell scrolls. Gotta shift things around first. Oh, okay, those must be, whoops, arrows of biting, probably. Since she couldn't identify them. These are arrows of acid. A gem. And nothing. Okay. Let's give these to Khalid if he can carry them. I'm pretty sure. This is Shocking Grasp. I think, yeah, she already has a stack started. And this is going to be Blind. No, Sleep. Okay, so... Dang it. We're running out of space. She can't learn Sleep because it's enchantment. Drat. Nothing. Gems. Okay, now these... Come on, don't we have a stack of those? No. Okay. We're gonna fill up on rocks.
It shall be as you wish.
in here. This way. Honey, you're smarter than that. No. Come here. Should be checking for traps before I go inside the room, probably. Alright, who has inventory space left? Like, realistically. Oof. Big oof. Okay. Let's hope we don't find anything good.
It shall be as you wish.
Nothing, thank goodness, perhaps. Cash. We can always carry cash. Water Star Gem. Yeah, who finds rocks in a mine? Honestly, think about it. Kind of weird. Kind of weird when you think about it, finding rocks in a mine. Now, will these stack? Yes, good. Okay. Y'all know how to use doors, right? Y'all heard of doors?
I should have joined the army.
How may I
Okay.
be of us? You have but to ask.
Another one of these.
Oh, my heart's really not in this.
Ooh. It's a bad day to be that guard.
This way.
Anything at all.
There are so many places I would rather be.
That's fair, Khalid. Cash, is that a potion of explosions? No, fire giant strength. Okay. That is dispel magic. Cash. Potions.
What is it this time? I shall attend to it in a trice.
Okay, this is potion of mirrored eyes. Oh, I wish we had had that back when we were fighting the basilisks. See, immune to petrification and gaze attacks for 1 turn. It doesn't last very long, but it's long enough, probably, to do in a basilisk. Okay, now this is potion of strength. Does somebody have one of those? It's a potion of healing. Okay. They're in the bag. That's fine. We'll grab that scroll of dispel magic because he can use it as well.
This way.
Okay. Last little bit. Anything?
It shall be as you wish.
This looks like an armory. And those look like armor stands.
What you want?
Okay, you can't really carry anything anyway.
This way.
We can make some room by resting and identifying some of these items because then they would stack. But we're getting kind of full because mostly because we don't have that gem bag. Oh gosh, I wish we did. Also, we're going to have to go put this in a safe place because since we don't have Zon in our party, we can never use it, and no one will buy it. So it's like, it's kind of useless to have. I'm going to... Oh, no. Uh-oh. I thought those went up there, and they don't. Do they... dang. Okay. Well... It might still not be bad. It's better than her using her stick in melee. Let's go ahead and give her some darts. She can use them up as her ranged attack, and that will free up a slot anyway. Yeah. If one of you wants to do us all the favor of checking where we can get a gem bag, because if I remember correctly, there's only one in Baldur's Gate 1. In Baldur's Gate 2 and like Icewind Dale and stuff, They're items that you can just purchase. But we have the only scroll case and the only potion case that I'm aware of in the game. So if there's a gem bag, I think it comes from Nira's quest? Maybe? I think that's right. But if you want to look it up and double check me.
Tis something most unnatural here, and I want no part of it.
Okay, some plate armor. Ooh, magic studded leather. Well, we have to take that, don't we? Splint mail we can leave behind. Chain mail we can leave behind. If it's not magic, I'm not taking it. Oh, well, that's magic.
Squeaky wheel gets the kick.
What about here? Bunch of swords.
Adventure and steel on steel. The stuff of legend, right, Boo?
Some throwing axes. Okay, we had just enough space. There we go. That is identified. Let's give her these. She should be able to identify this as well. No. Interesting. Interesting. Because that means that it could be +2 armor.
It shall be as you wish.
She's at the point now where +1 armor should be. Okay, Nira has one when she joins the party. Well, Nira is at the Friendly Arm Inn. So maybe that's what we need to do, is once we leave here, next time we're in the area, we need to go back to the Friendly Arm Inn and just put her in the party, take her gem bag, and then kick her back out. Because that's what's really hurting us, is our rock collection.
Spare no one.
As directed.
Forward march.
Let's use one of these spells of color spray here. Boom. That's what that spell does. Let's see, this guy's uninjured. Oh, got her.
Let's give them a right thrash.
What happened to Denny here? Oh, she got confused. At least she finished her spell.
Let's give them a right thrashing.
Take advantage of this while that one's down. Color spell or spray can be a nasty spell. Because it knocks you out, puts you to sleep, you know, a bunch of different status effects. Oh, and now we have to contend with the only thing that can really hurt the party in this dungeon. Themselves. There we go.
It shall be as you wish.
That's... oops. Do we have... yes, we do have a serious wounds. Excellent. Okay, is there anything
gone.
here? Doesn't seem like it. Cash. Good. At this point, I'm kind of hoping for, like, just cash and not much else. Because we can carry that.
You have need of me? I'll do my best.
This one. And what do we have over here? Oh boy. Ghoul touch. Slow. Okay, I don't think Denny here. Let's put this on the ground. I don't think Denny here has the slow spell. She has haste. Does she? Maybe she does. Oh, no. she needs to increase her intelligence so that she can learn it. That's another one of those where we're going to have to remember. So here's what we're going to do. This is going to free up a lot of space. I'm going to put all of these spell scrolls that we are not currently using in the scroll case. I have been not doing that because I'm afraid that if I do and it goes to live in there, I'll forget that we have it. And then, like, it'll just live in there forever. I won't even sell them. But we need the space. So that's what we're going to do. What's this? Potion of defense. There. Oh. Really? I thought he could use it. Apparently not. Okay, well. Yeah, just about anybody could probably equip the sling, actually. There we go. Minsk can hold it for now. That's a good idea. So we've done arrows. I'm going to leave these out because these are spells that we need to sell these for the most part because they're ones that she can't learn or is not going to use or whatever. Some of them she can learn. Well, no. I guess these are all duplicates because she can't learn sleep, but like Stinking Cloud and stuff she can. Okay, well, we'll hang on to those then. I won't put everything away. There. Okay, another mage robe. That's probably a traveler's robe. Okay, that'll do for now.
What is it this time?
We just cannot forget that those scrolls are in there.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
Okay, I think this should be it. We just turn this corner. Yeah. Excellent. That creates a lot more room than it seems like, just because. Denny here doesn't have a lot of carrying capacity, but what we're mostly full on is gems and scrolls, and those are very light, and so she can carry lots and lots of those, and that means that by shifting those over from people like Minsk, Jaheira, and Khalid, she will fill up, but it will leave our people who actually have a strength score empty, so that they can carry things like more armor or weapons if we find them. Next level is the last level before we leave and head back to town, so I think that we should be fine to go on and do one more level. A bunch of you better have a good reason for being here. Huh. We want to see the master of the mine. Shall we say that? Or should we just say, well, we don't? Imagine going up to someone, like imagine being this guard and it is your job to go up to people and be like, hey, you're not supposed to be here. And someone just dead ass looks you in the eyes and goes, so? Like, what a power move. Honestly, very powerful. Yeah, if we say that, of course, he's just going to attack us. Same thing, we tried this before and they did not buy it. So I feel like both of these are going to lead directly to combat. We might maybe be able to get through with this, but probably since like we're not cleared to be here and they don't recognize it, it's going to be the same result, and he's just going to be like, how did you get down here? I didn't receive any word that you were coming. So let's give it a shot and see for sure, though. Davaeorn doesn't like unexpected guests. Yeah, see?
Forever fallen!
Don't you hear him yawn just because that's his voice set? He's wearing plate mail. He was a little bit higher level than those other guys. We got 650 XP for him. Speaking of which, okay, we're sub 50k with him. 4,500 for Khalid. Ooh, 590 to the next level of fighter for Jaheira. So she's about to level up any time now. 16k, 10k, 2700. Oh, we are so close to 4th level spells, y'all. I can taste it.
It shall be as
Taste
you
it.
wish.
Okay, this map is a little bit smaller. There's not as much to explore here.
This way.
And we still have a lot of resources, like Denny here still has a fireball.
As directed.
I'm gone.
Thing, cash, and a
More
healing
less than
potion.
done.
Okay. Go ahead and give that to Jen. And these are 2 healing potions. She can just keep those. Actually, really.
I'm gone.
Alright, here we
An
go.
open wound in Mother Earth. I would plug it had I the power.
Don't worry,
You
Jaheira.
have but to ask.
That's what we're working on.
Yes?
Okay, this is going to be... there we go. I was about to say, this is going to be where we start finding traps for sure.
I'm gone.
Behind a big, important door like that, you know it. Ooh. Look at this. This is a bad, nasty hallway. Okay, now is there another one right here that we missed? Come on, Imoen. What do your special eyes see?
So, the stoic adventurers have found their way down to my lair.
Uh-oh. It's Davaeorn himself. Why have you come? Is it to steal my riches? Or perhaps you seek to righteously punish me for my affront to your morality? It matters little, for you will do neither. Before I dispose of you in some horribly gruesome manner, perhaps I should introduce myself. I am known as Davaeorn. I would ask you for your names, but I care little to become acquainted with the dead. Okay, we need to do this, and
How may I be?
then
I shall attend to it in a trice.
we're going to kind of let him come to us. Because he's a caster, right?
What is it this time?
Okay, I'm going to save it. We're not in combat. We have triggered him, but he's
Good on
not
you if you save the day.
actively coming
It shall
at
be as you
us.
wish.
Alright, let's see if we can put a silence right there and catch him in it. Ooh, he saved, but we have another one. Well, he saved twice. Yep, we got him. Got him on the second
I
try.
shall attend to it in a trice.
Oh, my heart's really not in this.
Ooh. There we go. He teleported, but there was only so much he could do because we did silence him. So, see, he has to keep running towards us, and they kind of, the AI knows where he's going to be next. Let's use this wand. There we go. Get rid of some of those. Hey!
You have dealt a great blow to the organization known as the Iron Throne. A defeat that you are certain will not be ignored. Now you must travel to the great city of Baldur's Gate,
Dun da da da.
where you are certain to find the truth behind the strange plot that plagues the citizens of the Sword Coast.
There we go. Phew. The end of another chapter, and we finally are going to have access to the titular city.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
Oh boy. Okay. 6,000 XP. Let's go down here. We have some more exploration to do because we saw Steven down here, right?
It shall be as
Let's
you
be
wish.
wary of other traps. We got by one. Let's make it the only one. Steven is just completely ignoring us. He's like, nah, man. Y'all killed Davaeorn. I don't want to tangle. You killed Davaeorn? Oh, please don't kill me. Please, oh please, oh please. I'm just his apprentice, I swear. I don't know anything. Okay, I know a little, but I was only his student. Honest, I can help you. Yeah, I can give you information. Ask me something. Go on, ask me anything. Okay, so, let's just start at the top. Who are you? What was your role here? I told you, I'm just Davaeorn's apprentice. I studied under him, and that's it. I didn't know anything about anything. I know a little, but just ask and I'll tell you. Okay, what was the purpose of this installation? The mine? I think they were going to try to look like the saviors of the day, riding in with their stores of iron to equip the troops or something like that. With the bandit raids and the rumors about Orm, the Iron Throne figured that the Dukes of Baldur's Gate would think they needed arms and ore quickly in case of Omnian attack. They figured they could get exorbitant prices, or better yet, sanctions against competitors, and an easing of trade laws for themselves only. A quick way to install themselves as an underground power on the coast. It's all I know about it, I swear. The iron shortage. Who's behind it? Who's behind it? Well, the Iron Throne, I guess. Davaeorn ran this place for the regional bosses in Baldur's Gate. They used some strange potion to taint iron already stored, used Mullahay to keep new ore from being mined, and had the bandits raid any incoming trading caravans. It doesn't take long for perceived shortages to embellish real threats. You know all of this if you're the one who killed Mullahay. Can I go now? No. Who was Davaeorn's superior? Who really gives the orders around here? That's what we need to know. I don't know, I swear it. All I can say is that the regional leaders of the Iron Throne placed Davaeorn here. There are 3 of them, I think, but I don't know their names. Davaeorn was getting orders from someone else, too. He complained about it a lot, but he never said a name or anything to me. Honest, the main building for the Iron Throne is in Baldur's Gate, somewhere in the southwest of the city, but I've never been there, I tell you true. Can I please go? Well, what do y'all think? Shall we let Steven go? Do we believe him? Do we believe this sniveling wretch? That that's all he knows and that he was merely an apprentice? Shall we set him free? Or, considering that he was in fact Davaeorn's apprentice and knew some of what was going on and chose to continue to be involved? I mean, obviously he's not a great dude. How are we going to handle this? You think get rid of him, Crow? All right, well, that's what he gets, I suppose. Oh, please, no, I've told you everything. I'm just a lackey. I swear I'll be good from now on, please. All right. This is our last chance. You want to do him in? Shall we punish him? He did say he'll be good from now on. So, shall we give him a second chance? All right. We won't believe him then. See, now there's a discussion. Now there's uncertainty. Well, I think that pretty much settles it. Okay. All right. Sure. Okay, well, 50-0. We'll give him a second chance. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I promise not to get involved with people like this again, no matter how good the fringe benefits are. Yes, sir, I'm reasonably sure I will be careful from now on. Thank you, goodbye. Oh god, that is some very tiny text. Okay, so, after defeating the mage Davaeorn, I questioned his sniveling apprentice, Stephen Recap. Stephen Recap. He confirmed much of what I already knew. The Iron Throne is the organization behind the Iron Crisis, though I think their name is just a coincidence. Molahay was to destroy the effectiveness of the Nashkel mines, while bandits stopped incoming caravans. The perceived threat of the shortage likely inflamed fears and exaggerated the problem. So there we go. We've got all of that in our journal. Okay, let's give a bunch of these to Denny here. It won't weigh much, but Khalid has a really high strength score, so there we go. That'll free a lot of space for him to carry some of this other crap.
I'll do my best.
Also, he's very fast, see? So we can get around and grab this stuff. Oh boy.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
Okay, some of this stuff we're going to read, and then
I'll do my best.
we're going to put it away in our document
You
pack.
have but to ask.
So here is, we've got protection from evil. Do we have a stack of that started? Yes. Characters too... Oh, right.
As good as done.
That's fair. And don't have protection from petrification. It can go in the scroll case. Cash. Now, here we go, these letters. Realtar says, Davaeorn, I've received your request for extra slaves. They will be sent as soon as possible. Events go well in Baldur's Gate. We have purchased one of the western noble estates to use as our base of operations. It is an ancient building, most likely constructed before the erection of the second wall. Its construction makes it very defensible against those who would thieve it. Remember to ask Yeslik if he enjoys his new accommodations. Yeslik, of course, is the dwarf that they tricked into helping them with the mine because it used to belong to his clan. Now this down here, Alturiak 1365, that of course is a date. 1365 Dale Reckoning is the year, and Alturiak, that is the month. Alturiak is, I don't remember which one, it's a summer month. I think it's like May or June, maybe. And then 1365, so this is like right after the time of Troubles, which is a very important date to know about and remember. Flame Rule 1367. Flame Rule is July, I think. So, oh yeah, Alturiak is actually like maybe March or April then, because it comes before Flame Rule. Davaeorn. Our plans go smoothly. Saravok has arrived from our headquarters in Ordulan. He brings news from our superiors. They are pleased with our progress so far. I plan to place Saravok as the commander of our mercenary forces in the region. He's already sent his subordinate, Tazok, to the Wood of Sharp Teeth to take command of the forces located there. Things go apace here in Baldur's Gate. We've placed our first agent among the ranks of the Seven Sons Trading Coster. And finally, this one, 1368, Tarsak, which is a fall month. That's like September, maybe, or... Davaeorn. As you've probably heard, the iron poison has begun to take effect around the coast. With the majority of iron imports being disrupted by Tazok, almost all of it comes from the tainted source in Nashkel. The Sith Elysian uprising in Omn has ensured that no forces from that nation will be able to take action against our mercenary forces. However, the Flaming Fist has caught several of the Black Talon mercenaries. All of those captured have claimed allegiance with the Zentarum and have thus shifted any suspicion away from the Iron Throne. I have sent Tranzig to work with the mercenaries in transporting the iron to your base in Cloakwood. He's brought several bags of holding so that he alone will make trips into Cloakwood, thereby lessening the chance that Flaming Fist trackers might find your stronghold. Bags of holding, you say? Well, where are those? Where are those?
This way.
Not in a bookshelf, probably. Okay, so I was close with Alturiak. I thought Tarsak was later in the year. Detect invisibility.
I'll do my best.
You can tell he's weighed down because even with the boots of speed, he's moving at like normal speed. Oops. Dang it. Okay. She.
Yes,
She can
oh
do it.
omnipresent for the group.
There, this can go in the scroll case. I don't know. Does she have that? Detect invisibility. Yes, she does. Okay, so that's one we can sell.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
Yep. This way.
Okay, I figured this would be locked. Rings and potions. Oh boy.
It shall be as you wish.
Okay, the good, that one's stacked. And this one is Potion of Fire Breath. Master Thievery. I think she has one of those. There we go, yeah. You know, I just realized. Oh my god. We had one of these for so long. I completely forgot when we were trying to pickpocket Algernon the first time. I'm pretty sure we had this potion, and I didn't even think about it. Now listen, you can't put a bag of holding in a bag of holding. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. That causes an explosion. Oh good, that's just cash.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
Please let there be a bag of holding somewhere. They mention them. Why mention them if we're not going to get one? Okay.
This way.
Yes? I shall attend to it in a trice.
It's most likely to be books or scrolls on these shelves, so okay. This is the story of a girl. Had shield is already, there's a stack in there, so yeah, okay. And did we not? Oh, I meant to do that. Larlock's Minor Drain, that's one that we put in there. And that should be horror, I think. Which, there we go, Minsk has a stack of those. Another Larlock's Minor Drain. And another Blur. So those can go into storage. I've got a bunch of Larlock's Minor Drain now.
I care not. I am gone.
And that is another Wand of Fear, I believe.
It shall be as you wish.
Pretty sure, because we have one of those somewhere, two of them. There we go. Is that? Yeah, Wand of Fear. We need to sell those probably. Because I think I said that before. Fear just makes people harder to kill because then you have to chase them. So, like,
I'm gone.
I'm probably not going to use that. Anything? Ooh, hello. It's a mustard jelly.
It shall be as you wish.
All right.
It's alright. Jin.
I shall attend
This
to his
way.
victims. How may I be of assistance? Let's give them a right thrashing.
Okay, good. She reloaded. Come on, Jin, we need you. There we go. Because they resist slashing
I
damage,
shall
so...
attend to it in a trice.
Yeah, exactly. It goes with the ketchup jelly. There we go. Jaheira finally leveled up. Oh my gosh. At last. Here we go. Oh, she got a proficiency slot. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Thaco reduced by 1/7 hit points. What should we put this in, I wonder? So, we don't have any ranks in two-handed weapon style yet. If we rank up her spear, she'll get a +1 to hit, +2 to damage, and an extra 1/2 attack per round. If we put it in two-handed weapon style, she gets +1 to damage, -2 to speed factor, and she crits on a 19 as well as a 20. So she's going to crit twice as often. And she's going to be faster and hit harder. Versus here, she's going to be slightly faster and hit even harder, and she's going to be more accurate, but she won't crit as often. So what do y'all think? We can specialize in spear, or we can put a rank in two-handed weapon style. And keep in mind the weapon styles also, you can only have 2 ranks in them. Whereas with this, theoretically, you know, she might be able to get 5 ranks in it over time. So what do you think? Yeah, right? It's easy to forget because, of course, now they've so streamlined it. Ever since, like, 3rd edition, when things such as weapon focus and weapon specialization became feats, and then they even got rid of that, and in 5th edition, it's just, you know, you're proficient or you're not proficient, and if you pick up a feat, it has to do with a, like, some kind of trick that you can do with the weapon. Versus, you know, all of this stuff. It was so much more complicated. I'm kind of leaning towards weapon style myself because critting twice as often? I mean... But I will let y'all decide. Crow says spear. What do the rest of you think? No. Thunder. Scimitars aren't bad. They're honestly pretty good. They're decent weapons. They're fast. And it's just she doesn't have any ranks in them yet. They're kind of, to me, the default weapon for 2nd edition druids, honestly, because it's like one of the few types of sword that they can use. But Jaheira is a spear user, so... Yeah. Well, remember, she's already using a spear, Des. So that's why you already decided that she's a spear user. That's why she has a rank in it in the first place, because she started with 0. And we've been trying to get her a good spear for ages. And that's why I was so excited to get her a +1 spear finally, because she was the only one that didn't have a magic weapon. So, yeah, she can be better. So if we put another rank in spear, like I said, you know, if we put in spear directly, she becomes more accurate and gets an increase to damage and slightly faster. If we put it in two-handed weapon style, that applies to her spear. So then she hits harder, she's much faster, and instead of being more accurate, she crits twice as often. So the base crit is only on a roll of a natural 20. If you put a rank in the two-handed weapon style, then they crit on a 19 or a 20. Yeah, that also, Crow, is a good point. In here, so attacks per round is like how fast you're swinging the weapon. Speed factor is like your recovery time. So speed factor is, the way that I understand it, is basically like your cooldown before you make another attack, if that makes any sense. So, with more attacks per round, that's how fast you're swinging the weapon when you swing it. And reduced speed factor is how quickly those swings are how close they are together, I guess is the way to describe it. Someone else probably would be able to lay it out a little more clean cut, but that's the way that I understand it. So, but it seems like we're leaning towards a second rank in spear rather than a first rank in two-handed weapon style. So, yes, that is on every swing. Yeah, so every time she hits, she gets +1 on the roll and +2 to damage. So it seems like y'all are favoring the second rank in spear. All right, that's what we'll do then.
I'm gone.
Either of them is good. It's just like the type of bonus that it is. And yeah, I'm a fan of the accuracy too, because +1 to hit means you're going to miss less often, which that can be important. I guess if I have to choose, I would rather consistently hit with a non-crit regular hit all the time than miss half the time and crit when I do hit. So. Oh, Lord. More scrolls. Oh, but good ones. Oh, but we got some good ones, though. Okay, who has room? Damn it. We're so low on room. Okay, Khalid.
I can, but try.
Gems. Do any of these gems, will they stack with ones that anybody else is carrying? She's got, that's a water star. No. Yes, that one stacks. Is she carrying anything that would stack with what Denny here is carrying? No. Okay, drat. Alright, well, so he's got one slot. That's it for him.
As you direct.
Okay, now that should just be Melf's Acid Arrow, which we already know. 1,000 floor cash. The Knock spell. That is a very important spell. We need to grab that and pick that up. Okay, Minsk can get it.
Squeaky wheel gets the kick.
Ooh, that's actually really a good idea, Crow. Detect invisibility again. Let's see. Yeah, because some people, like Khalid here, have got 2 ring slots open. So that's actually genius. We just need to remember that we have done that so that we can take them back off and sell them. Okay, that's all the room that we have. But that did create room. That did create room.
As you direct.
Okay, excellent. Now we can... Oh, come on. Let me... they won't stack because they're unidentified. Okay, Khalid has room, though. We'll rest and identify all this stuff soon.
Steel on steel. The stuff of legend. Right, Boo?
I'm hitting every wrong button. There we go. We already have detect invisibility
I shall attend to it in a
the
trice.
case, so we'll just do that. Y'all,
What is it?
Hey.
I shall attend to it in a trice. It shall be as you wish.
when the pathfinding gets confused,
have
it's like
but to
really
ask.
bad. See how they just get
How
hung
may I
up
be
on
of
each
use? It
other?
shall be as you wish.
And it takes a moment where they're just like, they have to give up. Okay, one more level down here. There we go.
You have but to ask.
That elevator took us back up to the top instead of down, which is good. And it looks like the slaves got out. Okay, here we go. What you have to say, fella?
Save me, dear sir. Please save me.
If you set me free, sir, I can tell you how to bring this mine crashing down around the heads of these fat-headed slavers.
Well, we will set you free. And yeah, Thunder, there is, you can have them walk single file, but they're going to do that anyway, really. So, like, them getting stuck on each other has nothing to do with the formation. It just has to do with, like, buggy pathfinding.
See, here's how it is. The way to bamboozle these ninnies is real easy. Right here beside me is a steel plug that stoppers up the river on the surface. If you were to release that, then the whole mine would be drowned. Only the master of the mine has the key to open the plug, and he's a real mean cuss. If you were to bring the key to me, I could use it to flood the mine.
Okay, how do you know how to operate this key?
There's a dwarf on the second level of the mine. His name's Yeslik.
Remember we met him.
He's the last surviving dwarf of the clan that used to live here. Under threat of death, he designed the plug for the master of the mine. I talked with him last time I was in the cells for bad behavior.
Alright, we will try to find this key.
Good, if you haven't already been down to the lower levels, try to find a man named Rill. He's a good friend of mine. Should be able to come up with a plan on how to get all the slaves to safety. I'll see you later then. Try not to get killed.
So there we go. Technically, that updated that quest. Now, it went by kind of fast, so you may not have seen it. We did pick up a key from Davaeorn. This key is a magical instrument used to bypass the arcane glyphs that seal the river plug on the first level of the mine. So there we go. We already have what we need. Okay.
Hey there again. I see that you have the key. It must have been a bloody battle with the master. You must be tough ones to have lived through it. All right then. Give the key. Let's be done with this. Oh, one more thing. You did talk to Rill, didn't you? So that all the slaves could get out of here alive.
Yes, we did. Here we go. Now, we've done everything. We do not need to come back. We have cleaned this place out from top to bottom. The only thing that we're leaving behind is some non-magical equipment that we don't want anyway. The single most valuable item I think we left lying was a suit of plate mail, which I'm not going all the way back down to the 3rd floor for because it's not that valuable, and we are filthy rich at the moment.
I guess that's it then. As soon as I open the plug, we're going to have to run for our lives. Otherwise, we'll be washed away just like the Arothiar dwarves. Ready then? Here we go.
All right. Send us your energy. Pile it on, chat.
Hello, pal.
Alright, there we go. We have flooded the Cloakwood mine, rendering it useless. Seems that it's time to visit the nearby city of Baldur's Gate. I must investigate the Iron Throne and discover their intentions.
You saved us. The rest of us have fled to the north, toward Baldur's Gate, but I elected to stay so as to thank all of you. Without your heroics, who knows how long we'd be working that horrible mine. I'm just glad we didn't end up in a watery grave down there like the rest of the Iron Throne mercenaries.
Yay! Our reputation increased by 2. Yes, hopefully the destruction of such a valuable resource will be a serious blow to the Iron Throne. There we go. Lots of quest updates because of all that. So there we go. We finished flooding the mine. So that means that we do not have any open quests. We're good, except for this one, which we're not going to complete right away, so. Excellent. Wonderful. Wunderbar.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
And of course, our reputation didn't, like, actually go up. It caps at 20 if you're good, so. Squirrel. let's get out of here. And we need to remember when we rest, like before we rest, need to pile on the identify spells with Denna here so that she can identify all of that good loot we found. Okay, so now we have done pretty much everything south of Baldur's Gate other than Durlag's Tower. So now the adventure is going to take us to Baldur's Gate. We have a couple of places right around here that we will need to explore before we head into the city, probably. We got to go through the bridge here. But first, let's go back to the Friendly Arm Inn and get some rest and clear our backpacks.
You have been waylaid by enemies and must defend yourself.
Of course we have.
Oh,
That's
I
fine.
thought really not in this.
I've done had enough of this.
Oh,
That's fine. That's okay.
My blade will cut you down to size.
oh, I thought really not in this.
Yeah, we'll work on that too. We've been working on main story for quite a while, so this is probably not a bad time to take a short departure. So we could potentially do some of Nira's quest, or we can just...
You have been waylaid by
Oh
enemies
my goodness.
and must defend yourself.
We can just pop her in the party. We'll worry about the traps afterwards. Come on, take them down. Oop. Denna here ran out of, she ran out of darts. Let's see. Throwing knives. Here we go.
No less than done.
There we go.
For right.
Need to get her out of melee. They're beating the crap out of her. There we go. Okay. Whew-wee. Alright, that's a Burning Hand scroll. I'm pretty sure we have a stack of those already in the bag.
It shall be as you wish.
Let's get out of here. Can we live? There we go.
You have but to ask.
Whew-wee. And those random encounters actually took more out of us than any of the fights in the mine. Even with Davaeorn, of course we were clever there, and we silenced him from outside of his vision before he aggroed, which is, honestly, that's the best that battle could possibly have gone. Oh, here we go. Okay, so there's Dorn. Nira is over here. There she is. So we can grab her and get that gem bag. Because we have got to... Really? You're going to go the long way around? Okay. Sure. Please yourself. What do you have to sell me? No. What do I have to sell you? Okay, he does not buy bandit scalps. That's fine. Because we're going to be going to Baldur's Gate soon. Okay, scroll up. Laryl's Tier. Okay, that's all for him. He will buy this Morningstar +1 and this Adventurer's Robe. Good. We don't need those. Okay, that's everything for her. I'm gonna sell this katana. Sell the sleep scroll. Think that's it for him. She might not be carrying anything we want to sell. Oh, Wand of Fear. As I said, I was going to sell those for sure. There we go. Okay, I think that that's everything that is not identified that we want to sell right now except for the rings. So let's take these non-magical rings off. Flame Dance Ring, Silver Ring, Bloodstone Ring, Greenstone Ring, Gold Ring. Think that that's it. Let's give this sling back to her so that it is where it rightfully belongs. And we will sell these throwing daggers too if he'll buy them, but I'm not sure that he will. Is there anything else like that? No, I think that that does it. So now we just need to start piling unidentified items over into Denahir's backpack. Okay, inventory full. That's a start. Yeah, we definitely got to buy more bullets. And now that we've cleaned some room out of her inventory, well, it doesn't look like it right now. But now that we've cleaned some room out of her inventory, we'll have to start carrying some extras, because that's what got us, is that I just wasn't full when we went in, and then we wound up without any extras. Didn't have any. So, let's see here.
My inn is open to all who behave themselves.
Okay, all of these. Right. Okay, this will get us a start. Excellent. Okay, now let's see what we got. Studded leather armor +1. Okay, I'm very surprised that she couldn't identify that. Traveler's robe, that's what we expected. Wand of Fear, of course. What are these bracers? Bracers to the death. They are bracers of AC 6. They were held for decades by an undefeated gladiator and found extensive use in arena combat. The death of this champion marked the disappearance of this magical item, but rumors persist that they are used to this day in competitive combat across the lands. So we have found bracers of AC 8, bracers of AC 7, and now we have found bracers of AC 6. And you can see these actually have a name, because you're starting to get into rare territory where the lower the AC and the more powerful the item, the fewer of them there are. But here's the thing, though. See, the bracers that set her dex to 18 actually are still better, because, first of all, they actually give her a better AC. See, it's 4 worse if we trade them out. And second, it improves her Thaco with ranged weapons. Now, it doesn't help with her staff, really, but when she's using a sling or throwing knives or something, it makes her a lot more accurate. So I think we're going to go ahead and sell those, because if nothing else, if we have to buy them back, we know that Bentley will have them. This is Robe of the Evil Archmage. That's what Davaeorn was wearing. That's the opposite of this. It does exactly the same thing, but you have to be evil to wear it. Okay, that's all of that. So let's see. Throwing daggers, studded leather armor, traveler's robe, wand of fear, bracers to the death, robe of the evil archmage. Well, look at that. That by itself, that pays for Imoen's shadow leather, because it was 10,000 and something. So we just made back half of what we spent on her robe of the good archmage when we outright bought it. We've got over 60k. That's pretty good. Now we'll do another rest, because we weren't healed anyway, so that works. Okay. Protection from acid. Cursed Scroll of Weakness. Uh-oh. Glad we identified that. Another Traveler's Robe, of course. Let's identify these arrows because then they'll stack with what she's already got because they're arrows of biting. So those go on the stack. And so we got 3 more of these. Cursed Scroll of Stupidity. We've got 2 more.
It's been dreadful slow business lately.
Okay, oh, I didn't sell all of those. I sold like 1 of them. Okay, he won't buy those. Of course, why would you? So we'll just have to throw them in the trash somewhere.
Tonight you dream of blood. Not of blood on a blade or the blood on your hands, but an ichor that runs as a torrent through the realms. A flood that pours across the fields and forests. An ocean that floats you to the world's edge and threatens to cascade off into the void. This blood seems a frightening thing, a massive force that sweeps away all resistance. As a whole, it is a monster and it cannot be stopped. Were it to be viewed from on high, it would seem to cover the entire world in its red-black embrace. You, however, do not have such a lofty perch. From within the deluge, you can see it does not move as one, but is filled with currents, eddies, and undertows. Pockets of calm afford breathing space, whilst violent whirlpools threaten to rend limb from limb. Ultimately, it seems undirected and lacks a driving will, a quality you have in abundance. You may be caught within, but sufficient determination can shape what you need to survive. There are still options open, still choices to be made. As the tide presses forward, you steer as you wish, atop a ship called Persistence, and under sails made of resolve. A sudden and deliberate wave puts an end to your course, and to the dream. It would seem that the flood does have some will, and took offense to your enjoying the ride.
Another strange dream. Ah, here we go, though. Of course, whenever we have a weird dream like that, what happens? We've gained another use of slow poison. So, our mysterious powers continue to develop. Protection from undead. This is protection from fire. There we go, so that way it stacks with what we already have. Wand of Paralyzation. We need to start consolidating some things. Oh. Forgot we need to sell those. There we go. Clears her inventory. Now she needs to hang on to the knock spell because she has not learned it yet. So this is the Arrow of Biting. That is Arrow of Ice. So let's see. This is, let's put Arrow of Ice like that. Acid, Biting, Piercing. Okay, good. There we go. Want to make sure that she has all of the wands, because only she can use them. We'll find somewhere to dump those cursed scrolls. We're going to sell those robes, and then we need to look through our scrolls, and that's about it for selling things.
You have but to ask.
Okay. Now let's go ahead while I'm thinking about it. We're going to buy some ammo. Let me click again. Oh, because it's filled up. There we go. She still has 2, like, +1 bullets. I don't think he sells those, unfortunately. No, okay. There we go. I think that'll do us, because that way... There we are. So she's mostly full up here, but then we have 2 whole additional stacks down there. Goodness knows Imoen's good on arrows, and we even have some backups there too, because Khalid is carrying some non-magical ammunition. So let's see. Open container. What do we have? I was trying to keep only plot documents in here, but... Alright, let's just sell the spells that we are for sure not going to use. And we're going to take out slow. And we're going to give that to Denny here because she needs to learn it later. Okay, we don't really need detect invisibility. Infravision we don't need. Horror we're not really going to cast a lot. Blur we're not going to cast a lot. And I did the same thing, I think. Did I have multiple copies and didn't get them out? Yep. There we go. Well, no problem. Okay, slow goes to her. Okay, done there. Now. Oh. It made Jen look like Denny here because of the way I'd clicked on it. Okay, she's got Hold Person, Flame Arrow, Ghoul Touch, Mirror Image, Melf's Acid Arrow. I think that's good for right now. We'll have her use these scrolls before we pile any more on her, and then these we're going to sell.
My inn is open to all who behave themselves.
There we go. Phew-wee, okay. Now let's reset her spells. Give her back a magic missile. She does no mirror image. Yeah, okay. Just had a sneaking sudden suspicion. Let's give her a chromatic orb. I'm going to leave these others as identify because that so far has been more useful than like burning hands. She doesn't need color spray because she has so many scrolls of it. And most of these other spells too, like Larlock's Minor Drain, Protection from Petrification, Grease, Shield, Shocking Grasp. We have scrolls of all of these. So I don't want to memorize any of those until she has used up the scrolls. To which end... I want to also give her... There we go. We have 2 scrolls of armor left as well. So the next time we're in a dungeon or something, she can use those rather than memorizing the armor spell.
What is it this time?
Okay, so next thing. It's been a while since we did a hard save. Let's do that. And then...
So now you come back? After making me walk all the way here by myself? Well, I'll just have you know that it'll take more than a... Oh, who am I kidding? I don't want to run into any more of those red wizards by myself. You will let me join you, won't you? Please?
Don't get too excited.
Yes! I knew you'd come around.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take... Let's see... If we take Minsk or Denihir out of the party, they'll both go. If we take Jaheira or Khalid out of the party, they'll both go. So we're going to take Imoen out to make room for Nira because she's by herself. Okay, now, Nira, gem bag. She doesn't really have anything else that we care about. She's wearing a traveler's robe. She has a nearest staff. This finely crafted and intricately engraved quarterstaff was improved upon by Nira herself. Her intent was to create a staff that would inflict fiery pain upon its victims, but she fell slightly short of that goal. While it can light enemies aflame, there's also the chance the staff will backfire and incinerate its wielder. 10% chance that either the target or the wielder will take 1 point of fire damage. Well, that's way worse than a regular +1 quarterstaff. And is that just a non-magical sling? Okay. Oh, Jesus, she just leveled up. Yeah, don't worry about it. Sorry to have kept you waiting. There we go. Get out of here. Sorry to hurt your feelings, Emmeline.
Seriously? After all we've been through?
We've been through nothing.
Obviously, I had the wrong idea about our friendship.
We're
When you're
not
ready
friends.
to apologize, you can find me at the Friendly Arm Inn.
Okay, bye. That's where we are right now, so... Ah, it's good to have this item. Oh, Lord. That's going to be so useful. And actually, can we put this book in? Oh, darn it. No, we can't. Okay. So, the gem bag does the same thing as the potion case, and the scroll case, it holds jewelry and gemstones. So, I'm going to give the potion bag... Maybe... Somebody else? No? Okay. I was thinking because it's so full, but it still only weighs 2. So, I was thinking that might take his weight down a little bit, but no, not that big of a deal. Okay, well, man. It's a shame we finally found, like, full plate +1 and it's... or plate mail +1, and it's not as good as regular plate mail plus a ring of protection or amulet of protection. But we need to find someplace to sell these wyvern heads. Oh, we need to get rid of the moonblade too, because that was causing a problem. Otherwise, I think we're good to go, actually. We'll dump these, like, in the garbage outside.
It shall be as you wish.
Gather your party before venturing forth.
Party been gathered, my guy.
It shall be as you wish.
Alright, there we go. We are on our way. Man, I wish I knew way back when we first met her in Baragos that Nira had the gem bag, because for that alone, I would have let her join the party right then and there when we first met her, just to get that out of her inventory and steal it from her, because we did not have Minsker Dinner here at the time, so we had slots, and then I could have just immediately kicked her out when we got to Nashkel, but... So... Yeah, Thalantir down here in the High Hedge will buy the wyvern heads. I think we want to go to Baragost anyway, because
you have but to ask.
Gonna head down here to Feldapost's Inn. Oh, and wait a second, actually, since we're passing it here. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo.
That all? As well as I can.
There we go.
Can I help you? If none are better.
And there. A fun surprise for anyone who sticks their hand in that barrel. Oh, that's an enchantment spell, so she can't use it either. So we need to sell that as well, but we can do so. We can do that. I forgot that that was an enchantment spell in 2nd edition. Do we have another copy of it then? Because if so, yeah. So she can never cast it. That's a shame. I need to do There we go.
It shall be as you wish.
We'll head down here. We'll sell those scrolls to Feldapost's Inn. And then when it's daytime, we can offload Faloraine's plate over there at the smithy.
It shall be as you wish.
And while we're here, since we have so much money, something else that I would like to do. So we'll go ahead and sell those bandit scalps. Here's a bunch of +2 arrows. Here we go. This is what I want. There, we're going to buy all of the +1 bullets that they have because we have plenty of money to do that with. And let's see. You know what else we're going to do, I think? There, we'll hang on to those and keep them down here so she doesn't accidentally use them, because that's what happened before. And when we get in a big fight, she'll have them. But I realize Khalid has a +1 large shield. We only have a +1 medium shield on Jin. So, let's correct that. Since this guy's got a +1 large shield, we put off buying this, I think, because it wasn't a huge deal, and we were hoping maybe that somebody would drop one. But now, look how much money we have. We still have over 60,000 after buying that, so, like, whatever. What else? Anything else? He doesn't have anything else of interest. Yeah, so here we go. Our AC is going to be the same. That's part of why. Because, see, this is AC +2. This is AC +2, but it's an extra +1 versus missile attacks. So now we'll sell that other shield. And here we go. We have Spider's Bane +2, which is a +2 sword, speed factor 8, prevents paralysis effects. This is a +1 sword, speed factor 9, no other special abilities. So we don't have a reason to keep that anymore.
You want some whiskey?
He will not buy either of those, which is why we have to go to the Thunderhammer Smithy. Let's see. We're probably never going to need 5 scrolls of protection from evil. You know, I said that. I said that, and as soon as I said that, it's like, I can think of like at least 3 fights where it's going to be useful. So, for some reason, he will buy Faloraine's plate. He'll buy the wyvern heads as well. Let's go ahead and offload those.
I got some cheap beer for you.
Perhaps this group needs not quite as much help as I thought.
I shall attend to it in a
Right,
trice.
over to the smithy. Intense shopping. Action, 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 action. There goes Khalid. Zoom. Jin's at the back. It looks like Denahir is just pushing him. Look. She's right behind him like, go, 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 go. Go faster. Go faster. Finally, she gave up. She's like, I'm leaving you. You'll get there when you get there. I'm catching up with the others. He's encumbered because he's at like 120 of 120 carrying capacity. That's alright. When we sell that shield, that will help. If we find something that gives us a bonus to strength, though, we're probably going to have to put it on Jin.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
Do we have something? We got like gauntlets of ogre power or something. I swear I feel like we found an item that gave us a bonus to strength. That's not it. I know that's not it. Oh. Maybe we didn't. Okay, sell this, sell this. Sell this. 2,500. And does he have anything else that we need? Not that I can see. Oh, well, there are some more bullets plus 1. Let's buy all of those that he has. And he hasn't added anything new. Yeah, because the Dagger of Venom plus 2 is the last thing he has that's meaningful. Anything below that is stuff that, like, we sold to him. Bullets plus 1. Okay, now we have a lot. There we go. Okay. I think that that has cleaned things up very nicely, even though we still have a bunch of spell scrolls. So, okay, very important question. Where are we going to go now?
I shall attend to it in a trice.
Oh, y'all don't get stuck on the fence. We don't have any other quests weighing us down. So, I think that that means it's probably time that we head up here to Baldur's Gate. After all, we have access. That's where the main story is, and we have yet to see it. Now, we do still have some other areas right around here. Like, see, there's Old Goth's Beard. There's this little farm where we have not been yet. And so we do need to explore around there and clear those areas out. We might do a little bit of that next time. But I definitely want to head into Baldur's Gate next time, so we won't spend the whole stream doing that for sure. Because you can see Baldur's Gate is kind of like the Cloakwood, you know, it's like 5 maps. So here we have, there's the bridge, and then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's like, see, it's a 3x3 grid. Is all of Baldur's Gate. It's huge. It is huge. So there's a lot of Baldur's Gate to explore, and yeah, we finally have access to it, so let's do it. So that's what you can look forward to next time when we come back to Baldur's Gate on Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, which is New York and Miami time here in the US. We will actually be going to Baldur's Gate. Imagine a world where that happens. Well, in the meantime, on Monday you will have more of The Legend of Dragoon to tide you over. Specific Pixel will be back playing some more of that, and we're at a very exciting part, so please be sure to tune in there. If you've never seen the game, never played the game, it's great, and this will be a good first look at it for you. If you have played it, he hasn't, so you can enjoy him experiencing it for the first time and seeing all of the game for the first time. So there'll be that. On Thursday, there will not be a stream. I did the Call of Saragnar demo, which was amazing, this most recent Thursday, and you can catch that on the YouTube channel. I'm taking this Thursday off before I come back the following Thursday, as far as I know, probably, with Titan Quest. But I am having to replay the entire game to get through epic difficulty level so that we can play on Legendary, because the new content is locked behind Legendary. It's Legendary characters only. So y'all better appreciate it. And then on Saturday, we'll be back with more Baldur's Gate. So keep an eye out for some more announcements, more improvements coming to the channel. There will be bits badges, and of course we have some special events coming up that we're still fine-tuning things, but we will have some announcements soon about what we're going to do to officially mark the 100 follower milestone. Thank you all again for the follows and subs on Twitch, for the subscriptions and the likes on YouTube, and of course for following over on Twitter. And if you want to pledge to our Patreon and join our patrons there, that also would be much appreciated, especially if you want your recommendations or requests or suggestions pushed to the top of the queue. So I will catch you next time. And until then, Eryk and company are going to wait right here. And we will come back to do some more wilderness exploration before we head to the big city. I'll see you next time. And as always, thanks for playing.